What did the convicts eat on the first fleet? Imagine setting sail on a journey halfway across the world, confined to a ship with limited resources, and facing a diet that could make or break your survival. For the convicts transported from Britain to Australia, food wasn't just scarce, it was a daily challenge that would test their endurance to the limit. In 1787, the First Fleet left Britain with 11 ships carrying over 1,000 people, including convicts, marines, and officers. This fleet had to travel through rough seas, harsh weather, and isolated stretches of ocean for 8 long months. With nowhere to stop for fresh food or supplies, the fleet relied entirely on what they had brought with them. From the outset, it was clear that their diet wouldn't be luxurious. It was a diet of survival, pure and simple. The British authorities provided the convicts with basic rations intended to last the journey, but these rations quickly became monotonous, even difficult to consume. Salted meat, dried peas, and stale biscuits were the staples of their diet. Salted pork or beef, preserved with large amounts of salt, was the main source of protein. These meats, packed in barrels, often had a hard texture and could taste unbearably salty. Without fresh food or variety, their meals became an ordeal, one that would be repeated day after day. Water was strictly rationed and carefully guarded, especially as the fleet neared warmer climates where spoilage became a constant threat. And it wasn't just water that suffered under the heat. Meat would rot, biscuits would mold, and any fresh vegetables brought on board at the start quickly withered. The convicts soon faced what seemed like an endless rotation of dried and stale foods, each meal a reminder of how far they were from home. As scurvy and malnutrition threatened, officers tried to keep the convicts' spirits up, offering occasional breaks with extra rations. But for many, their health deteriorated as they were forced to consume hard, weevil-infested biscuits and meat that was often more bone than flesh. The lack of fresh fruits and vegetables, essential to ward off disease, led to weakness, gum disease, and painful sores. These conditions only grew more intense with each passing month at sea. For those convicts who managed to survive the grueling 8-month journey, their arrival in Australia brought no immediate relief. They disembarked malnourished, exhausted, and with little more than they had started with. So, what did the convicts eat on the First Fleet? In the final moments, we'll uncover the reality of their rations and the lasting effects it had on their health and resilience.